If you don't know me, my name is Susan, and this is Teacher's Pocketbook. I'm trying to recreate a life with a small budget. I am a teacher here in Northern Virginia, so I have moved districts a couple times, and I'm making a little bit more than I used to. In my third professional year teaching at about 54K, which I do realize is a little bit more than teachers make in most of the country for their first couple years. I was making under 50K in my old district, but the cost of living is higher being near DC, kind of like what I was used to in New York. We are going to go through my budget. The first thing we're going to look at is my credit payoff and financial spreadsheet and my credit cards. So I'm going to actually change locations.
All right, welcome back. Now we're ready to look at my spreadsheet for my credit payback. All right, so at the beginning of this payback, I owed 10,800 on my credit cards, mainly from moving, um, from expenses such as U-Haul, um, kind of renting an Airbnb for a bit, and some other things. Um, Basically, my spending was high back then. Um, I needed more furniture. Most of furniture I had custom made was paid in installments and is not included in the debt, thankfully. But I did get a second bedroom moving here. Um, a lot of that was free, but I did have some expenses like the box spring. Um, then all the trips that I take home to New York, visiting my family, usually Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving, Christmas into New Year's, summer vacation. I get 2 months off, which I tried to work last year. Didn't really work out too well. Maybe I'll explain in a future video what happened there. Really bad relationship with an old friend, and that's all I'll say about that. And a lot of expenses, including Airbnbs and different things that I was supposed to, there goes my cat May, pay for. Um, and gas driving everywhere, of course. And luckily, I live now 6 minutes from my job, so that's no longer a big thing. My boyfriend does live in a different state, takes me anywhere from 50 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes to see him in Maryland, and I live in Northern Virginia, so we have like DC to get through. But sometimes he comes here, which is great. Um, Now let's look at this spreadsheet because I'm getting off topic. All right, so if you see here, I'm doing the debt avalanche. I've done Thou Shall Not Be Named Snowball, and if you're into financial videos, then you know all about him. Um, I have my PayPal card right here. I'm going to be putting that in. Then I have my Navy Fed. This is my credit card. And then my Discover. And all three of these are there. I have interest rates here. I know I put my balances in a weird spot. Um, I did transfer over some of my Navy Fed debt to this Discover card because I'm at a 0% interest here. If you see all the way until, okay, the date's over here, 5/2024, there is no interest on that card. So I'm paying the minimum. I like to keep it even, so 53, 55, 54. This will probably actually be 54. And I like doing this spreadsheet the old-fashioned way instead of in an app because I can control all the variables. I'm just getting used to doing this. I'm not too good with spreadsheets. Um, then right now we have um, PayPal, which if we look at I use like a notebook bills. I've been doing this for years. This is kind of like a bad way to do it. This is my old way of doing it, just putting the date and how much I paid. I actually paid $347 to avoid interest payments. And if I go back to the spreadsheet, what I can do for January, I can change 300 to 347, and it might change a couple, it might change a couple variables here. We want this payment to be, what is it, 66.72. That should work for that. Change this format to accounting. You can change it to currency or accounting and it'll work in dollars. And that brings us to 0. So after my PayPal is paid off, which I mean, this has interest of whopping 26.24 right here. And I still use this PayPal. Unfortunately, I've been on fortunately though, I've been on the keto diet. I've lost 35, 40 pounds. This was last spring before I got into that horrible relationship. And I'm still using the meals factor is a youth factor, 60, 65 bucks a week. I'm also very tired when I'm home from work. I work as a school teacher, teaching art to elementary, and I'm uber exhausted when I come home. Don't feel like cooking for myself. So I've still been eating it, even though I haven't really lost much more weight. And also, I don't have time to cook meals, so I get the keto chow shakes, which are delicious. Although I've moved on to getting a big bag of the same favorite flavor, so I'm not spending quite as much money. So if we look here, I still have um, quite a high balance. I'm trying not to use that card. It's difficult. My last kind of hurrah before restarting this journey for the upteenth time um, was concert tickets, to go to New York over the weekend, which I battled with myself about it. But it's like a super group that I like, and well, I like all the members separately, and it's band from Japan, who consists of like very well known names. Yeah, I have to see the show. So I am not getting a hotel. I'm taking a train overnight and I bought the ticket for 90 something dollars. So that's my last big spend here. Um, Now, if you see here, I'm paying the 222. The interest rate on this is lower than the others, um, 13.99. Well, of course, it's higher than 0, but I'm paying the minimum is quite high at 222. You can see here after I pay that off, it's going to take, according to this. Now, this is not reflecting any additional payments that I might make. Additional payments would be like from my taxes. I plan on putting everything into here. So with what I got back previous years, I could probably, once I do my taxes in, where is it, April or so, I could put everything towards paying off this card. As long as I don't rank up any more debt on it. I get paid twice a month with my normal job. So besides being a teacher, I tutor adult ESL twice a week, $30 twice a week, 60 bucks. I have someone who was from my Airbnb that I started here. This was the Airbnb bedroom. If you see, I'm going to post some pictures so you can see exactly what it looks like. Which I have one of my clients because it was an illegal Airbnb. I'm not gonna lie. I got in trouble a little bit with the apartment complex, but they just said take the ad down. But he is staying here um, for work 2 or 3 nights a week, and so for that I'm making 360, sometimes 300, depends on how many nights he needs. And so that's kind of paying for the second bedroom because this apartment complex is 1150 with cat rent, 2 bedroom. It's very cheap. I don't have a lot of amenities that I used to have. There's no pool. Don't have a dishwasher. My laundry room's down the block, basically in the complex. I have to pay. Sometimes I do my laundry at my boyfriend's in Maryland, which I just did, because it's so inconvenient in the cold. I live on the 3rd floor, which apparently is cheaper or safer, not cheaper, but safer. And the only utility I pay is um, electric. So the water and the gas for a stove and stuff like that, even heating, I believe is gas. So I don't have to pay it. So that's good. And I try to use as few lights and I mean, there's things I can't control, such as like the appliances and whatnot, but I try to keep that fairly low. It's like $80 to the city. Um, but I can go through my expenses another time. Looking here, um, now when this goes to 0 for PayPal, my Navy Fed is going to jump from, I don't know why it's all the way at 622 here. There's probably something ending that needs to be paid. But this is going up to 822, probably because this is so low, actually. So my debt avalanche, this is going to transfer to here. Um, I've done the debt snowball before. It worked for me, but I feel like this will work even better. I don't really pay attention to how many cards I have, and except right here, PayPal paid in full, Discover, interest starts. Okay, so when this interest starts, I'm still going to be paying this, but it's going to go back down to 222 so that I can pay a little bit more on this card. So if you look here, the payment 654, 654. So every 2 weeks I can pay my credits. No, every month I pay my credits, of course. Then I don't have many other bills. I really don't even know how my cell phone is being paid. I prepaid it for a year when I bought the phone and paid in full by August 2024. And that's like about a year and a half from now. And I shall be credit card debt free, not including student loans. Chances are I'll have to pay that back. It's federal student loans of 10,800 again. I don't know why that number's in my head, but debt free by 12/24. So that's about a year. Makes no sense. Yeah, about a year. So actually, um, we're in January 2023. No, that's about 2 years. Yeah, 12/24. So yeah, it's a lot right here. We can look at the balances. I'll add them up with my calculator here. Um, First balance we have here is 2006.3. We'll round it up to 7. Okay, that's on the Discover. Then we have 11,343. Okay, then we have 1,691 rounded up. 15,671. So I think the amount that I said earlier was my student loan, which is at, what did I say, almost 11,000. So yeah, we have a lot to pay back in 2 years, but I believe with my salary, as long as I stay on track and I stop using my credit cards, especially for food and for travel, concert tickets, and all that nonsense, I should be able to pay it back in time. So, if you want to see how this debt avalanche journey goes, see if I can make all these payments, please follow, subscribe, all that jazz, and leave me a message down below what you think, if you have any questions. And thank you very much for watching. Hey guys, so last year during the pandemic, I applied for an SBA loan which I did not approve, but I received a grant of $1,000. And I don't technically own a small business. What I do is two things. I sell things online through different websites and apps, and I also teach as an independent contractor. So these two things, probably mostly teaching ESL as an independent contractor, got me the funds. I'm going to show you guys some other things that the SBA has right now.